Hey gang, and welcome back. These videos are brought to you by Card Conduit, the best place to sell your unused collection fast and easily. 401 Games, Canada's top shop for all your hobby and TCG needs. Dragon Shield, the strongest sleeves for your strongest decks. Moxfield, the easiest way to store and share your deck lists. And Foil Armor, flatten your foils fast. Today's game has Max winning the die roll and starting us off. He draws, and then plays a tap Stomping Ground. Kuzno plays a tap Sulphur Falls. Metalbender just got a Swamp. Arja also plays a tap land with a Bajuka Bog and exiles nothing. Max plays a Cascading Cataracts, paying 2 for Nature's Lore, and passes while searching. Kuzno got a Reflecting Pool, and taps a red and a blue for 3rd Path Iconoclast. Metalbender's got a Battlefield Forge, and casts the outrageously priced mana rock, the Soulstone. Arja just plays a Polluted Delta. Max's turn has him playing a Forest, and he casts Toph, Hard-Headed Teacher. He discards Lightning Greaves to get back Nature's Lore from his graveyard as she enters, passing after that. Kuzno plays Mana Confluence, and casts Case of the Ransacked Lab. This gets him a Soldier token from the Iconoclast, and going to combat, he then hits Metalbender for 2 with the Iconoclast, and passes. Matt's got a Plains, casting Rakdos Signet, and then Firelord Zuko. Metalbender then passes, with Arja cracking the Polluted Delta, losing 1, and then loses 2 more for an untapped Steam Vents. He then casts Fairy Mastermind, and moves to his turn. Arja plays out Arena of Glory, and pays 2 for Talisman of Dominance. He then casts Talisman of Indulgence. Going to combat, Arja hits Metalbender for 2 with the Fairy Mastermind. Max draws and casts Toph Earthbending Master, and gets to Earthbend 1 on the Cascading Cataracts from his other Toph. He then plays Beseiju, getting an experience counter as the land comes in. Max then goes to combat, swinging Toph at Arja, and with the on-attack trigger from Toph Earthbending Master, gets to Earthbend onto Beseiju. Arja takes the hit, and Max then passes. Kuzno draws, playing a Timber Crown Pathway, and then casts his own Toph Hard-Headed Teacher, and ships it after that. Matt draws and casts the Legend of Roku, exiling his top 3 as it comes in. He then plays a Swamp, and casts Lotho from exile, which each puts a counter onto Zuko. He passes after that. Arja draws, and exerts the Arena of Glory to help cast Firelord Azula. Going to combat, Arja swings Azula at Max, and gets 2 red from Firebending. He uses the red to cast Ancestor's Aid, plus gets to copy it. This has Metalbender losing a life and making a treasure token from Lotho, and Arja gets 2 treasure tokens and gives Azula +4/+0. Arja then cracks the 2 treasures to cast Chaos Warp, and copies it, hitting both Toph Hard-Headed Teachers. This is Max shuffling her in, and getting a Badger Mole Club off the top. And Kuzno does the same, getting Shared Roots, which unfortunately has to stay on top. Max then chumps with Beseiju, but it comes back tapped, and gives Max another experience counter. Arja then passes turn. Max draws for turn, and casts Evolution Sage. He then swings Toph at Arja. Since he attacks, he gets to Earthbend onto the Beseiju again, and Arja takes the hit. After combat, Max recasts the Nature's Lore, finding him a land, which allows him to proliferate with the Evolution Sage and get another experience counter from Toph as the land comes in. Kuzno draws, casting Shared Roots and going to find a mountain. He then casts Illuminate History. He discards 3 to draw 3, and passes after that. Matt draws, making a red mana with the Legend of Roku, and then casts Thought Vessel. He moves to combat, swinging Firelord Zuko at Arja, and before damage, he uses the Firebending mana to help cast Grand Crescendo, paying 4 into the X. As it's cast from exile, Metalbender gets to put a +1/+1 counter on his board before it resolves, and Arja declares no blocks. In his post-combat main phase, Metalbender then plays a Cabal Coffers from exile, and passes. Arja's main phase has him playing a Balakut Stoneforge, and he swings Azula at Kuzno. Using the firebending mana, Arja gets to cast Gifts Ungiven and copies it, which seems really sweet. The first copy gets him Blasphemous Act and Stormkiln Artist, and the second copy has him keeping Firebender Ascension and Redirect Lightning. Kuzno blocks her with everything to trade, and after combat, Arja then casts Blasphemous Act to wipe the board. He ships it after that. Max has got a Plains and casts Toph the first Metalbender. He then hits Arja for 3 since his Cascading Cataracts is indestructible, and then moves to his end step, Earthbending 2 on his commercial district. Kuzno's got a Wooded Foothills, and then casts Secrets of the Dead. Metalbender draws and flips the Legend of Roku. He follows up by casting Dream Devourer, and then foretells 3 cards from hand and passes. Arja's got Minas Morgul, and he casts Firebending Ascension that we saw earlier. This makes him a soldier token with Firebending, and he then casts Stormkiln Artist. Max plays out Kessig Wolfrun, and he casts a Chromatic Lantern. He goes to combat and sends the Cascading Cataracts at Arja and the commercial district at Kuzno. They each take their hits. Max then casts Cycle of Renewal, going to find a basic and passes. During the end step, Kuzno cracks the Wooded Foothills, losing 1, and finds a Hedge Maze and surveils 1. Kuzno plays out a Fire Nation Palace as his land for turn, and casts Manamorphose. He makes 2 mana and draws a card, and then casts Iroh, Grand Lotus. He then gets to cast all of his lessons in his graveyard for free, thanks to the combination of Iroh making them 1 colorless, and Case of the Ransacked Lab having instants and sorceries cost 1 less. He starts with Shared Roots, then Illuminate History, and then How to Start a Riot. He continues with a Lost Days on Ravatar Roku, and draws a card from each of these because of Secrets of the Dead. Kuzno then casts Abandoned Attachments from hand, discarding Zuko's Exile, and he flashes back Abandoned Attachments. Kuzno then follows up by casting Zuko's Exile from graveyard to hit the Firebender Ascension, and he then solves the Case of the Ransacked Lab as he passes turn. Metalbender draws, playing at a Luxury Suite, and recasts Zuko. He follows up with Tavern Brawler from Foretell, one of my absolute favorite red cards, and then casts Call Forth the Tempest from Foretell as well. The first cascade hits the Legend of Roku, and the second hits Party Thrasher. This has each opposing creature taking a total of 9, and Max's commercial district comes back and gets to surveil 1 again. Metalbender then continues with a Demonic Tutor from exile, going to find a card and passing. Arja draws, exerting the Arena of Glory again to help cast Firelord Azula so she'll have haste. He then swings Azula at Kuzno and gains 2 red mana from Firebending mana. He casts Frantic Search and gets to copy it, drawing 2, discarding 2, and untapping 3 lands twice. He floats 2 red and a black off the second copy, and then casts Titan's Strength on Azula, copying it. Arja then uses his floating mana to crack the clue token he makes, but has nothing else and deals 10 to Kuzno. He passes after that. Max draws and casts Cracked Earth Technique on the Cascading Cataracts, earthbending some more. He then swings the Cataracts at Mathieu, who takes 9, and Max passes. Kuzno draws, playing out Arid Mesa, and he casts Open the Way, putting 4 into the X. This has him revealing off the top until he hits 4 lands, and he cracks the Arid Mesa, going to find a commercial district, and this has him surveilling 1. He then plays a Cinder Glade and passes. Metalbender exiles Fire Nation Turret to the Tavern Brawler in his upkeep, pumping Zuko and drawing. He takes the Legend of Roku up, and then discards an Isolated Chapel to Party Thrasher and exiles Rabble Rousing off the top. Metalbender then plays out Urborg, and follows up by casting Ozai the Phoenix King from Foretell. He then plays out the Fire Nation Turret, and then casts the Rabble Rousing as well. Metalbender then continues by foretelling another card, and he goes to combat. He gives Zuko the Fire Nation Turret trigger pump, and sends Ozai and the Dream Devourer at Arja, Zuko at Max, and the Party Thrasher at Kuzno. Metalbender gets to make 19 red mana off of Ozai and Zuko together, and it won't dissipate because of Ozai. He then gets 4 citizens from rabble rousing. Max activates Kessig Wolfrun on the Party Thrasher to deal 1 more damage to Kuzno, and Archer gets taken out while Max and Kuzno take their hits. After that, Metalbender taps a citizen to convoke Path to Exile from Exile and hits Cascading Cataracts, exiling a land to go and find a land. He then passes, with Kuzno cracking a clue token, drawing a card, and then casts Mystical Tutor. He finds Whirlwind Technique and puts it on top. Max draws but simply passes turn. Kuzno draws for turn and cracks a Misty Rainforest, going to find an island, and then recasts Iroh. He plays a Mystic Sanctuary and puts Metamorphose on top, and then casts Careful Study. Kuzno then draws off the case and discards a Whirlwind Technique to the Careful Study, and then recasts the Metamorphose, making some mana and drawing a card. He continues by casting Soul Ring, and then casts the Whirlwind Technique from his graveyard. He airbends Zuko and the Dream Devourer, and then casts Faithless Looting. Kuzno then follows it up with Accumulate Wisdom, and then recasts it from his graveyard. And even casts Octopus Form on Iroh. Holding priority though, he casts an Offer You Can't Refuse and targets his own Octopus Form to break even on mana, but go up cards for the Ransack Lab. He then casts Octopus Form from his graveyard for free. Kuzno then casts Thirst for Knowledge, drawing 3, and discarding Waterbending Lesson. He then flashes back the lesson from his graveyard. Kuzno then discards Introduction to Prophecy, which he then casts for free. And he casts an Explorer, drawing a card, and then playing Command Tower for his extra land. He then casts an Overwhelming Victory from his graveyard to hit the Citizen token from Matt, and pumps his creatures by +4/+0. He then uses the last of his floating mana to cast 3 visits, going to find an untapped Stomping Ground. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough mana to cast the Stormscale Scion in his hand, so he just opts to cast Blasphemous Act to wipe the board, which unfortunately leaves Ozai out since he's indestructible right now, and he passes after that. Metalbender draws and flips the Legend of Roku, and then recasts Zuko, and then the Dream Devourer. Going to combat, Metalbender swings Ozai at Kuzno, who takes lethal. Matt then passes, and with nothing in his hand to stop him, Max knows when he's beat and scoops it up after he draws. Game review time, and there we have it. A lot of people have been asking for a Zuko win, and Metalbender was happy to deliver. As far as best card of the game goes, I think there were a lot of really good ones. I was particularly impressed with Ozai Phoenix King. He's a lot of mana to get out, but the fact that he keeps all that red mana around really helped Metalbender, and he was so hard to deal with. It was really cool to see. Otherwise, I think everyone else got to do stuff. It was kinda sad to see Kuzno storm up to 20 spells and then have no payoffs. That's a failing on my part, and I really need to relook at the deck. This video wouldn't be possible without the help from my sponsors, but it definitely wouldn't be possible without the help from you, the viewers, and my patrons. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and to remember, friends are just opponents you haven't eliminated yet.